How bad did it get?
After the final out, a 6-1 Tigers victory, Cobb caught the last fly ball in deep center field. Instead of celebrating, he faced a mob of 1,000 angry fans storming the field. It was chaos. Bottles were flying, and you could feel the tension crackling in the air.
This is The Relay from Old Ball Game Studios, your 5-minute fastball of history, celebrating the icons and events that defined America's pastime. Ty Cobb was no stranger to controversy, but September 16th, 1915 was one of the wildest days of his career. We're talking beanballs, jeering fans, and even a mob on the field. Let's set the stage. What made this game at Fenway Park so intense?
Oh, it was a perfect storm. Cobb was dominating the league that season, leading in runs, hits, stolen bases, and batting average. The Tigers were hot on the Boston Red Sox's heel for the pennant, just 2 games back. The Red Sox, meanwhile, had their own stars, like Trisbeaker, and Fenway Park was packed with over 21,000 fans. Add Ty to that sweltering 100-degree heat, and you've got a powder keg waiting to explode.
Cobb always seemed to ignite emotions, didn't he?
Absolutely. Cobb was both admired and despised. He played with a fiery intensity that rubbed opponents and fans the wrong way. In Boston, that dislike boiled over. They saw him as a villain, especially because he had a knack for tormenting their team. From the first inning, he gave them reasons to hate him, knocking in a run and scoring himself. The Tigers jumped to an early lead, and it stayed heated from there.
Let's talk about the 8th inning. That's when things really got ugly, right?
Right. Carl Mays was pitching for Boston, a rookie with a mean streak. He threw underhand, what they called a submarine delivery, and wasn't afraid to intimidate batters. First pitch to Cobb, a fastball right at his head. Cobb dodged it, stepped back into the box, and bam, another beanball aimed for his skull. Cobb, furious, hurled his bat at Mays.
And the crowd went wild, I imagine.
Oh, the fans loved it. They were all over Cobb, jeering, shouting, but Cobb wasn't the type to back down. On the 3rd pitch, Mays grazed him on the wrist. Cobb took his base and immediately stole second. It was his 85th stolen base that season, an incredible number, by the way. But he wasn't done. He pushed for home, and the umpire called him safe at the plate. Boston fans thought it was a bad call, and that's when things got out of control.
How bad did it get?
After the final out, a 6-1 Tigers victory, Cobb caught the last fly ball in deep center field. Instead of celebrating, he faced a mob of 1,000 angry fans storming the field. It was chaos. Bottles were flying, and you could feel the tension crackling in the air.
Did Cobb run?
Oh no, that wasn't Cobb's style. He walked deliberately, calmly through the chaos. A bottle glanced off him, but he didn't flinch. Policemen rushed in, and his teammates, some of them carrying bats, formed a human shield around him. Together, they marched off the field, surrounded by a sea of jeers and threats.
What does this moment tell us about Cobb as a player?
Cobb was fearless and almost defiant. He thrived on confrontation and never backed down, even when it got physical or downright dangerous. Love him or hate him, moments like these cemented his reputation as one of the fiercest competitors in baseball history.
And it wasn't just about his personality, he delivered on the field too. 85 stolen bases by mid-September.
Exactly. Cobb could talk the talk and walk the walk, or in this case, steal the base and face down a mob. His game was electric, and his attitude made sure no one forgot it.
Thanks for listening to another episode of The Relay from Old Ball Game Studios. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow us on your favorite podcast platform, and don't forget to leave a review. Your feedback keeps us swinging for the fences. Catch you next time right here on The Relay.